Hello students, welcome to Sri Jayant Rank Zone. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about our new topic, that is alkynes. So first we are going to discuss about our new topic, that is alkyne. The general formula for alkyne is CnH2n minus 2. So this is basically the general formula for alkyne. Now we can see that if it is given like one of the compound given is C triple bond C and H. In this case, the hybridization of carbon is sp and the hybridization of this carbon is also sp. So first we are going to discuss about two types of alkynes. So divide the alkynes into two parts. The one of the alkyne is terminal alkyne. And one of the alkyne is non-terminal alkyne. See the difference between these two alkynes. Basically, terminal alkynes are those alkynes, for example, you can take like HC triple bond CH. In this case, hydrogen is attached with sp carbon, so it is terminal alkyne. Also, if it is like this CH3 C triple bond CH, in this case also hydrogen is attached with sp carbon, so these all are basically terminal alkyne. See the examples of non-terminal alkyne. If alkyne is like this CH3 C triple bond C CH3, as hydrogen is not attached with sp carbon, therefore it is non-terminal alkyne. Similarly, you can say like CH3 CH2 C triple bond C CH3. In this case also hydrogen is not attached with sp carbon, therefore this is also non-terminal alkyne. So in this way you can divide alkynes into two parts. One is terminal alkyne and one is non-terminal alkyne. Now we are going to discuss about some general method for the preparation of alkynes. So we are going to discuss about general method for the preparation of alkynes. General method for preparation of alkynes. So this is we are going to discuss. Now see. So general method for the preparation of alkyne is first from Kolbe electrolysis. So first reaction we are going to discuss about from Kolbe's electrolysis. See, so Kolbe electrolysis is basically based on free radical mechanism. This is based on free radical mechanism. So this is based on free radical mechanism. So easily you can say, for example, if a compound is given like this, C double bond C, and on this hydrogen is present, there also on this carbon hydrogen is present, and there it is COONA, and there also it is COONA. See, the bond break will in this case like this single bond, one electron will break on this carbon atom and one electron on this carbon atom. In the same way, again there is two electrons, one electron on this carbon atom and one electron on this carbon atom. So basically CO2 gas will be removed. We have already discussed the mechanism. CO2 gas will be removed and the intermediate form will be like this. C double bond C containing hydrogen on this carbon atom, and free radical generated on this carbon atom. In the same way, free radical generated on this carbon atom also. Now these two free radical will come in between to form bond. So it will convert into alkyne. So this is basically the one of the method for the preparation of alkynes. So this is basically ethyne. This is basically ethyne. So we have prepared alkyne by using Kolbe electrolysis. Now see, the next method I am going to discuss with you for preparation of alkyne. See another method of preparation of alkyne. What is the another method for preparation of alkyne? Now we can say, so we will prepare with the help of Grignard reagent. We will prepare alkyne with the help of Grignard reagent. With the help of Grignard reagent. So with the help of Grignard reagent, we will prepare the alkyne. Now see the reaction. If it is like this, alkyne is given like C triple bond C and H, and Grignard reagent is also given, which is CS3 MgBr. Now you can see in this case, basically this carbon will carry negative charge because this hydrogen is acidic, and this hydrogen will carry positive charge. In the same way, Grignard reagent will break, metal will get positive charge and carbon will get negative charge. Now this hydrogen and carbon will combine. So one of the product obtained is CH4 plus another product obtained is C triple bond C carrying negative charge and MgBr attach on it, plus MgBr will attach on it. Now the SN2 reaction will takes place. Nucleophilic substitution via second order, because this is a strong nucleophile. This is basically the strong nucleophile. So this strong nucleophile will attack on Ri. What is Ri? Basically, electronegativity of iodine is more, therefore it will carry partial negative. So this carbon will carry partial positive charge. So this carbon will attack on this. So this nucleophile attack on this carbon atom and leaving group will be removed. So when attack of this nucleophile on this carbon, so product obtained will be, after this reaction, product obtained will be H, C, triple bond, C and R. So this is also basically the preparation of higher alkyne. Why we are saying preparation of higher alkyne? Because number of carbon atom increases. Earlier there was 2 carbon atom. Now there is more than 2 carbon atom. 2 is fixed and this R also contain carbon atoms. So this is basically the preparation of higher alkynes with the help of Grignard reagent. Now see the next question which I am going to discuss with you. See the next question. The question is basically, we have the reactant which is R. We have reactant R, C, triple bond and H. On reaction with Grignard reagent, like CH3 MgBr. So again bond will break in this way. Magnesium metal will be positive charge and carbon will acquire negative charge. This will positive and this will negative. Now CH3 and H will combine and it form, one of the product is CH4 and another product is R, C triple bond C and MgBr. So this is negatively charged and this is positive. So this will behave as a nucleophile. Now on reaction with CH3I. So this nucleophile will attack on this carbon atom because this is partial negative and this is partial positive. So this nucleophile will attack on this carbon atom and the product obtained is R, C triple bond C, CH3. So we can see there is only 2 carbon atom while there is 3 carbon atom like this. So this is preparation of higher alkyne. So this is basically the preparation of higher alkyne by using Grignard reagent. So this is Grignard reagent. So this is basically the preparation of higher alkyne by using Grignard reagent. Now see some more reactions. Some more reactions when the reaction with liquid and sodium. So the reaction of alkyne, the reaction of alkyne, the reaction of alkyne with sodium, the reaction of alkyne with sodium and liquid ammonia. Sodium and liquid ammonia. Also, we can say this reagent as NaNH2. We can also say this reagent as NaNH2. NH2 will carry -1 charge and sodium will carry +1 charge. Now see the reaction. If alkyne is terminal like this, RC, triple bond C and H. So this hydrogen is basically acidic hydrogen. So due to this acidic hydrogen, hydrogen will carry plus charge and this carbon will carry negative charge. Now see what happens. Basically, this will behave as a nucleophile. So this will behave as a nucleophile. So we can say in this case, when there is reaction with sodium and liquid ammonia, there is reaction of sodium with liquid ammonia. So in this case, what happens? In this case, basically RC triple bond C. So acidic hydrogen will react with. So this compound also we can say NaNH2. So NH2 will carry minus charge and sodium will carry plus charge. So this acidic hydrogen will combine with NH2. So ammonia gas will be released. In this case, ammonia gas will be released. And what happens? So this basically RC triple bond C minus sodium positive ion will combine with this carbon negative ion. Sodium positive ion will combine with this carbon negative ion. Now again, in the next step, there is reaction with Ri. There is reaction with Ri. So basically this again partial negative charge, this partial positive charge. Now this negative charge carbon will attack on R. So the product obtained is R, C triple bond C. So in this case, basically what happens? In this case, we can see, this will remove in this way. This is only RC. This is only RC. This is only RC triple bond C. And when this negative charge attack on this carbon, so it will form this one. So this is basically the preparation of higher alkyne. This is basically the preparation of higher alkyne. Now see what happens in this case. As you can see in this case, when there is excess of, like example, I'm giving you the example. If question is like this, H, C triple bond C and H, and in the given question, first step given is sodium plus liquid ammonia. Sodium plus liquid ammonia is given, and it is given only 1 mole, See what happens. We know sodium plus liquid ammonia, basically which compound? Basically it is NaNH2, strong base. So Na will carry positive charge and NH2 will carry negative charge. Now plus charge on this hydrogen atom and minus charge on this carbon atom. So what happens? Na plus will combine with this carbon atom and this hydrogen will combine with NH2. So ammonia gas will liberate, and one of the compound obtained is H, C triple bond C and Na positive and this negative. Now what happens? If the reaction with 1 mole only, now see, now this will react with CH3I. So I will carry partial negative and this carbon will carry partial positive. So this negative charge will attack on positive. So the compound obtained is H, C triple bond C and CH3. This product is obtained. Now I am changing the question. See what I am changing. Here it is 1 mole only. Therefore only one sodium is attached there. Now see what happens. if there is excess of sodium and liquid ammonia. Now again same question. If I am taking alkyne H, C, triple bond C and H. Now in this case we are taking sodium and liquid ammonia. We are taking sodium and liquid ammonia in excess. We are taking sodium and liquid ammonia in excess. So what happens when we take this compound in excess? So there is one acidic hydrogen, this one. Also there is one acidic hydrogen. Now these two acidic hydrogens, will be replaced by sodium. So we can say in this case, C triple bond C, negative charge on this carbon atom, negative charge on this carbon atom. So sodium will attach with positive charge and also sodium will attach with positive charge. Now see what happens. If also CS3I, if CS3I also added in excess form, if CS3I again added in the excess form, so what happens? This basically iodine will carry partial negative and this carbon will carry partial positive. If CS3I is present in excess, so this nucleophile will attack on this carbon atom in one step. So in first step, the product obtained is C triple bond C and CS3. But CS3I is present in excess. So in the next step also, it will attack on CS3I. So this is basically partial negative. This is negative and this is positive. So this carbon will again attack on this CS3. Now the product obtained is CS3C triple bond C CS3. So this is the steps which we have to follow. If sodium and liquid ammonia is present in excess, then both of the acidic hydrogen will be replaced by sodium, and also CS3I is present in excess. So carbon through this nucleophile will attack on this first step. Again, this carbon will also attack. So this is the major product obtained. This is the major product obtained by reaction of this. So the name of this product is 2-butene. The name of the product is 2-butene. Now see, next we are going to discuss about the laboratory method. So next we are going to discuss about the laboratory method for the preparation of alkynes. Now see, laboratory method for the preparation of alkynes. What are the laboratory method for the preparation of alkynes? See, when we use calcium carbide, so what is calcium carbide? CaCO2 we call this compound, we call calcium carbide. This compound we call calcium carbide. So hydrolysis of calcium carbide means reaction of calcium carbide with water. When calcium carbide reacts with water, it forms ethyne as one of its product. Ethyne, you can write a structural formula also, that is HC triple bond CH, and with the liberation of side product, and the side product obtained is calcium hydroxide. The side product obtained is calcium hydroxide in this case. So this is the first method, first reaction. Now see the next reaction. Next reaction is by using magnesium carbide. So basically the magnesium carbide is Mg2C3. This is basically the magnesium carbide. On hydrolysis with magnesium carbide. So this is again carbide ion. This is carbide ion carrying C3 atom carry -4 charge. While in this case carbide ion is C2 atoms carrying -2 charge. Now see. So this will convert into alkyne of 3 carbon atom. This converts into alkyne of 2 carbon atom. So this will convert into alkyne having 3 carbon atom. So the product obtained in this case is C3H4. You can also plus byproduct obtained is magnesium hydroxide. No need to balance the reaction. If you write the structural formula of this compound, so it will be CS3, C triple bond and CH. So this is obtained as the product. So these two methods are basically the laboratory methods for the preparation of alkynes. For the preparation of alkynes. Now see. So this is basically all the preparation for the alkynes. Now we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of alkynes. So next we are going to discuss about the chemical properties. So we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of alkynes. So we are going to discuss about chemical properties of alkynes. Chemical properties of alkynes. See, what are the chemical properties? What are the chemical properties of alkynes? See, this is very easy, as you people will see. First chemical property I am going to discuss is addition of hydrogen. So the first chemical property I am going to discuss is addition of hydrogen. This is also called hydrogenation reaction. This is also called hydrogenation reaction. See the first reaction, reaction number 1. So chemical properties of alkyne, so reactant will be alkyne, like this. If we add this reaction, already we have studied, but I am repeating again. Addition of hydrogen in presence of palladium and also adding calcium carbonate with heat. So basically this calcium carbonate will act as poison there. And this is basically we call Lindlar's catalyst. This is basically we call Lindlar's catalyst. And we know this Lindlar catalyst will obey syn addition. So hydrogen will be added in the same plane. If hydrogen atom is come to this carbon atom, so another hydrogen atom will also come from same side of plane. So the product obtained is R, C double bond C and R dash and hydrogen atom and hydrogen atom. So this product obtained is basically cis form of product. This product obtained is basically cis form of product. See, in the same way, another chemical property of alkyne, if the reaction of same alkyne, in presence of, if the reaction of same alkyne in presence of hydrogen, plus palladium, but now poison will be barium sulfate. Now the poison is barium sulfate. This catalyst we call Rosen-Mundt catalyst. This catalyst we call Rosen-Mundt catalyst. So this is basically Rosen-Mundt catalyst. This is our Rosen-Mundt catalyst. Now again, this will behave as a poison, and this reaction also follows syn addition. This reaction also follows syn addition. Syn addition means the addition of hydrogen from the same side of plane. The addition of hydrogen from the same side of plane on this carbon atom, on this carbon atom. Now the product obtained is R, C, double bond C, R dash, hydrogen and also their hydrogen. So this product obtained is also cis form. So this is the chemical property. Again, see the next hydrogenation reaction. If we take the next hydrogenation reaction, if we take alkyne, RC triple bond R dash, and the catalyst is dinickel borane. The catalyst is dinickel Ni2 means dinickel, borane means boron, and heated. This catalyst we call P2 catalyst. This catalyst we call P2 catalyst. So this catalyst we call P2 catalyst. Again, when we use this catalyst, again there is addition of hydrogen. Again there is addition of hydrogen from the same side of plane. Again there is addition of hydrogen from the same side of plane. So the product obtained So the product obtained will be cis form. The product obtained in this case will also cis form. It means it also follows syn addition. So P2 catalysts also, dinickel boron, P2 catalysts also follow syn addition. Now it is clear to all of you. Now see the some more reactions of alkynes, because we are discussing about the chemical properties. Now see, if R C triple bond C R dash when reacts with sodium, when reacts with sodium and liquid ammonia, when reacts with sodium and liquid ammonia, this reduction we call Burke reduction. This reduction means we call it as Burke reduction. But in this case, addition of hydrogen from the opposite side of plane. If one hydrogen atom come from this plane, then another hydrogen atom will come from this plane, opposite plane. And triple bond will convert into double bond. So hydrogen is added to this position, then another hydrogen will be added to this position. So this is basically trans. This is basically trans. When trans is formed, we call anti-addition. So this reaction follows anti-addition. Again, when the reaction of alkyne, like RC triple bond R dash, and we add in this case sodium, in presence of ethanol. In presence of ethanol means ETOH. Again, this will also supply hydrogen. But from opposite side of plane. So this hydrogen will attach on this carbon atom, and this hydrogen will attach on this carbon atom. Now the product obtained is R, C, H, double bond, C, H and R dash. So this is also basically trans product, and trans product is obtained. We call this addition as anti-addition product. We call this product as anti-addition product. Now see another reaction of this alkyne. See another reaction of this alkyne. See what happens. If reactant is given again alkyne RC triple bond C R dash, and when we add lithium aluminium hydride, in presence of acidic medium. So what happens? In this case again hydrogen will come from opposite side of plane. One hydrogen from this plane and one hydrogen from this plane. So the product obtained is again transform. The product obtained is again transform. So this is also the trans product. It means it will also follow anti-addition. So these are the reactions. Of alkynes. Now we are going to discuss about the some more chemical properties. So next chemical property I am going to discuss with you, oxidation reaction of alkynes. Next we are going to discuss about the oxidation reaction of alkynes. See what happens in oxidation reaction. If a compound is given like C2H2. What is C2H2? C2H2 is HC triple bond C and H. When there is combustion means reaction in presence of oxygen. As we can see, there are two carbon atoms. So therefore 2 moles of CO2 gas will be released. There is 2 hydrogen atoms. So we can say 2 by 2 means 1 mole of water will be formed. 2 by 2 means 1 mole of water will be formed. Now see, balance the oxygen. 2 to the 4 plus 1 5. So oxygen will be 5 by 2. So this is one of the reaction of oxidation, and this reaction we call combustion reaction. This reaction we call combustion of alkyne. So combustion reaction for alkyne. And this gas, which is C2H2 gas, this gas is also used in welding, So we can call this gas as welding gas. So C2H2 we called as welding gas. Now see the next. Next we are going to discuss about the ozonolysis reaction in alkynes. So we are going to discuss about the ozonolysis reaction in alkynes. See the ozonolysis reaction. Ozonolysis reaction. Ozonolysis reaction in alkynes. Ozonolysis reaction in alkynes. What happens? See. Basically, if alkyne is given like this, RC triple bond and CH. This alkyne is given, and ozonolysis in presence of oxygen and zinc, and for hydrolysis H2O or H2O2, both of you can take. Now because this double bond will break, these two double bonds will be break, one single bond will remain as it is, one single bond will remain as it is. Now see, in the first step, when the two pi bonds will break, it will form R C double bond O. Now this carbon carbon bond, again this carbon also oxidize in the bond, form of C double bond O, and this hydrogen will remain as it is. As you can see, when double bond is break, so addition of oxygen, so C double bond O. Also there is addition of oxygen, C double bond O, and hydrogen is attached on this carbon, so this product is obtained. If it is oxidative ozonolysis, then you can also prepare the product. Now see the next question. In the next question, if it is given like this, CH3 C triple bond CH, and the ozonolysis in presence of ozone, zinc and H2O2, what happens? Two pi bonds will be break. Two pi bonds will be break. When two pi bonds break, means it will be CH3C double bond O, and there is a single bond. Now this carbon also will contain double bond, so this is also C double bond O, and there is hydrogen attached on this carbon atom. So this is the product obtained. This is the product obtained. Now see, if there is oxidation, so this is basically the ozonolysis for alkynes. Now see the another reaction. Oxidation of alkynes. Oxidation of alkynes. Oxidation of alkynes by using Bayer's reagent. By using Bayer's reagent. So the oxidation of alkynes by using Bayer's reagent. See what happens in this case. This is also very easy. How we can see? If a compound is given like this, C triple bond C, this compound is given. When we add Bayer's reagent, what is Bayer's reagent? It is cold and dilute KMnO4. And how much percentage? 1%. 1% cold and dilute KMnO4. So this reagent basically provides two OH group. So two OH group will add on this carbon atom. Also two OH group will add on this carbon atom. So it will be like this. Carbon carbon single bond and two OH group on this carbon atom. Also two OH group on this carbon atom. So two OH group on both carbon atom. Now see, as we know, on one carbon atom, two OH group is unstable. On one carbon atom, two OH group at the same time is unstable. So what happens? Water will be removed. So what happens? Water will be removed. Water will be removed in the form of H2O. So from here, as we can see on this carbon atom, there are two OH groups. So water is removed. So water is removed from these two OH. Also water is removed from these OH and this H. Now we can see the product obtained is C carbon carbon single bond, and also along with carbon carbon single bond, what happens in this case? there is oxygen remains on this carbon atom. Also, there is oxygen remains on this carbon atom, but the valency of carbon is not filled. Here only 3 bonds and here also 3 bonds. So there will be double bond between carbon and oxygen. Also, there will be double bond between carbon and oxygen. So this is the product obtained when alkynes reacts with Bayer's reagent. So this is clear to all of you. Now see the question based on the Bayer's reagent. See what are the questions. We are going to discuss about the questions on Bayer's reagent. So now the question is if it is like this, H C triple bond CH, and we add Bayer's reagent 1% cold and dilute KMnO4. 1% cold and dilute KMnO4. What happens on this carbon atom? On this carbon atom there will be 2 OH group. Yes. Also on this carbon atom there will be 2 OH group, and 2 OH group on the same carbon atom is unstable. So water will be removed, this OH and H. Again, water will be removed from this OH and H. So it will convert into HC double bond O, and this is also C double bond O. Now see what happens. Because oxidation will not stop again, because C double bond O group is there and hydrogen is attached, there also C double bond O and hydrogen is attached. So there is further oxidation. It means nascent oxygen will be added. This H will be converted into OH, and this H also will convert into OH. So the product obtained is OH C double bond O, and this also C double bond O and OH. So this is the step which we have to follow when the oxidation of alkynes by using Bayer's reagent. Now see the next question based on this. The next question is basically, as you people can see, this is CH3, C triple bond CH. In this case, if we add Bayer's reagent, I am directly writing Bayer's reagent. So what happens? 2 OH group on each carbon atom will be added. This is OH group and this is also OH group on this carbon atom. Now there is carbon-carbon single bond. On this carbon atom also there will be 2 OH groups and 1 hydrogen atom is there. See now what happens? Water will be removed because 2 OH group on the same carbon atom is unstable. From this carbon also water will be removed and carbon double bond O will be formed. So the product obtained is basically CH3 C double bond O and C double bond O and H. But reaction will not stop at this point. Why not stop? Because C double bond O is directly attached with hydrogen. Now this hydrogen will be oxidized by nascent oxygen also. Yes. So this hydrogen will be oxidized in the form of OH group. So the product obtained finally is CH3 C double bond O, C double bond O, and this hydrogen will oxidize in the form of OH group. So this is the final product. Now see the next question based on the same reaction. If the compound is given like this, CH3C triple bond C CH3, and we use Bayer's reagent see what happens. On each carbon atom 2 OH group will be present like this. Again on this carbon atom also OH group. Now see, and this is CH3. See now what happens? Water will be removed because 2 OH group on the same carbon atom is unstable. So from this water will be removed. Now it will convert into CH3 C double bond O C double bond O CH3. Now reaction with nascent oxygen, no oxidation. Why no oxidation? Because only if hydrogen is attached with C double bond O, then only oxidation possible. But in this case, with C double bond O, CH3 group is present. Here also CH3 group is present. So further oxidation not possible. So this is the major product. This is the major product. Now we are going to discuss about the oxidation of alkynes. So the next we are going to discuss about the oxidation of alkynes. So next reaction is also oxidation of alkynes. So we are going to discuss about the oxidation of alkynes. The oxidation of alkynes with hot, the oxidation of alkynes with and hot and concentrated KMnO4. Hot and concentrated KMnO4. So we are going to discuss about the oxidation of alkynes with hot and concentrated KMnO4. See what happens. If alkyne is given like this, RC, triple bond C and R dash. So in the first step, what happens? When we add hot and concentrated KMnO4, when we add hot and concentrated KMnO4. So this is very easy reaction. Why it is easy reaction? Break these bonds and convert into carboxylic acid. Convert both of them into carboxylic acid. So the product obtained is RCOOH plus R dash COOH. So this carbon get oxidized to COH group. This carbon also oxidized to COH group. So it is very strong oxidizing agent. It is very strong oxidizing agent. Now see the next reaction. So this is first question. Now see the second question. If second question is like this, if it is given CH3, C triple bond CH in this way. So in presence of same reagent, hot and concentrated KMnO4, hot and concentrated KMnO4. Now again break them on. So this will convert into CH3COH, and this will convert into carboxylic acid of one carbon atom. So one product obtained is CH3COOH. Another product obtained is only one carbon carboxylic acid. So this is HC double bond OH. So this is obtained. See what happens. There is further oxidation possible. Why there is further oxidation possible? Because H is attached with C double bond O. So further oxidation chances. So it will convert into OH, C double bond O, OH. This is basically carbonic acid. And carbonic acid breaks into CO2 plus water. Carbonic acid always breaks into CO2 plus water. So this is the final product obtained. Now see the next question based on this, based on the same reaction. Now question is, if compound is given like this, HC triple bond CH, and we add hot and concentrated KMnO4, and we add hot and concentrated KMnO4. This bond will break. So it will convert into carboxylic acid of one carbon. It will also convert into carboxylic acid of one carbon. So it will convert into SCOOH, and this will also convert into HCOOH. Now again, as you can see, this is C double bond O, and hydrogen is attached with C double bond O. So oxidation will possible. So it will convert into OH, C double bond O and OH. Further oxidation possible. In the same way, there is also hydrogen attached with C double bond O. So here also further oxidation possible. So this is OH, C double bond O, OH. Now this is basically the carbonic acid, H2CO3. So the product obtained is CO2 plus water in this case also. So in this case also, the product obtained is CO2 and water. So this is how the oxidation takes place. Now see the next reaction belong to this. Next reaction also based on this. If the question is like this, CH3, C, CH3, C triple bond, C, CH2 and CH3. See what happens. Now we can see this will divide into two parts of carboxylic acid from this point. So one of the product obtained is CH3, C, CH3 and COOH. From this carbon will convert into carboxylic. Also, this carbon will convert into carboxylic. So the another product obtained is CH3, CH2, and COH. So these are the two products obtained when reaction with hot and concentrated KMnO4. Hot and concentrated KMnO4. So next we are going to discuss about the polymerization reaction in alkynes. So next topic we are going to discuss is polymerization reaction in alkynes. Polymerization reaction in alkynes. Polymerization reaction in alkynes. See what happens when there is polymerization reaction in alkynes. So first I am going to discuss you the linear polymerization. First I am going to discuss with you the linear polymerization. So it is very easy. If alkyne is given like this, H, C triple bond C and H, the compound is like this. When there is addition of another molecule, like H, C triple bond C H, and this happens basically in the presence of ammonium chloride. This happens basically in the presence of ammonium chloride and cuprous chloride, CuCl2. See what happens. Basically, the hydrogen will attach. This hydrogen I am taking. So this hydrogen basically will be attached. This hydrogen will attach to this carbon atom. This hydrogen atom will attach to this carbon atom, and this compound, and this whole compound will attach to this carbon atom. Now see the product obtained. Because this pi bond will be break, so this pi bond will break in this way. See, if this pi bond will break, HC triple bond CH, when this pi bond break in this way, so this carbon will get negative charge and this carbon will get positive charge. See, and this hydrogen is positive and this carbon bear negative charge. So the attack, this positive hydrogen will attack on this carbon, and this negative group will attack on this carbon atom. So triple bond will convert into double bond. So product obtained is, we can say, CH and H, means CH2. So this is basically CH2 double bond. On this carbon, the whole group will move. This whole group will be moved. So basically on this carbon atom, hydrogen is present already, and the group comes is C triple bond CH. So this is basically the product obtained. As we know, this compound is acetylene, and this is vinyl group. CH2 double bond CH is vinyl group. On vinyl group there is acetylene, so this compound we call vinyl acetylene. Because this is vinyl and this is acetylene. So this is basically the polymerization reaction. Now see another thing. When there is a cyclic polymerization, then what happens? When there is a cyclic polymerization, see. So next we are going to discuss about the cyclic polymerization in alkynes. Cyclic polymerization in alkynes. See what happens in case of cyclic polymerization in alkynes. If it is given like this, 3 moles of propine, so 3 moles of ethine, 3 moles of ethine in presence of red hot iron tube. So basically this is red hot iron tube. So the product obtained is benzene. How benzene is obtained, we will discuss like this. This is basically red hot iron tube. When welding gas is passed, what is welding gas? C2H2. When welding gas is passed through red hot iron tube, it will convert into benzene. This will convert into benzene. Now see what happens. Basically in this case, we can say this is CH triple bond CH 1 mole. Again, second mole is CH triple bond CH. Again, this is also CH triple bond CH. This is like this, 3 moles. This pi bond will shift in between these two carbon atom, and this pi bond will shift in between these two carbon atom, and this pi bond will shift into these two carbon atoms. So how many carbon atom in the ring? So there is formation of carbon carbon sigma bond. There also formation of carbon carbon sigma bond. There also formation of carbon carbon sigma bond. So now there are 6 carbon atom, and in the 6 carbon atom there is only double bond. Now then single, then double, and then single. So therefore benzene is obtained as a product. So this is cyclic polymerization. This is basically cyclic polymerization. In the same way, if question is like this, if question is like this, you can see if 3 moles of propine is given, if 3 moles of propine is given, CH3 C triple bond CH, and it is passed through red hot iron tube. It is passed through red hot iron tube. What happens? See. So the product obtained is mesitylene. The product obtained is mesitylene. Alternate pi bonds on this carbon CH3, on this carbon CH3, and also this carbon CH3. This product we call mesitylene. This product we call mesitylene. So this is basically the mesitylene product. Mesitylene. This is basically the mesitylene. Now see how it is obtained. In the same way, C triple bond CH, and on this carbon there is CH3. Now again, C triple bond CH. Now we can say again there is CH3. Again C CH3 triple bond CH. Again we can see this is basically similar to the benzene like structure. So these 3 CH3 groups will be attached like this. So benzene will be formed. Benzene will be formed like this, and CH3 groups will be in the this position. Why in this position? Because 1 2 3 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. So here also 1 2 3. So this is how basically the mesitylene is formed. This is how basically the mesitylene is formed by the cyclic polymerization reaction. Now see, next we are going to discuss for alkynes, that is tolerance test. So we are going to discuss about the alkynes. So we are going to discuss about alkynes, that is Tollens reagent. That is Tollens reagent. That is Tollens reagent. Now see what happens. Basically Tollens reagent is NH4OH, NH4OH plus AgNO3. So Tollens reagent is mixture of ammonium hydroxide, with silver nitrate, Also we can say when these two compounds combine, it form ammonical silver nitrate, that is AgNH3 twice, and the whole carrying +1 charge. Also we can say when NH4OH reacts with AgNO3, when NH4OH reacts with AgNO3, so what product is obtained? The product obtained is Ag2O. So this is also basically Tollens reagent. Please remember. Now see the reaction of. So byproduct we don't need to learn, but you want to write, then you may write the byproducts One is NH4NO2 and another is H2O. So you can see tolerance reagent can be given in this form. Tolerance reagent can be given in this form. Also, tolerance reagent can be given in this form also. And this is also given in the question. So this is also basically the tolerance reagent. So please identify all the forms. Please identify all the forms of tolerance reagent. Now see what happens. If there is terminal alkyne, if there is terminal alkyne, so always terminal alkyne gives terminal alkyne always gives positive tolerance test. Terminal alkynes always gives positive tolerance test. So terminal alkynes always gives positive tolerance test. Now see what happens. If the compound is like this, if compound is like this, RC triple bond CH, is this terminal alkyne? Yes, because hydrogen is attached with sp carbon. So this is terminal alkyne. This is terminal alkyne. So this is terminal alkyne. When terminal alkyne react with tolerance reagent, it reacts with tolerance reagent. So positive tolerance test will be given by terminal alkyne. So the product obtained is RC triple bond C and silver will be attached at this position. So Ag plus and C minus. This is basically the white PPT. This is basically the white PPT obtained. So white PPT confirms the positive tolerance test of alkynes. White PPT confirms the positive tolerance test of alkynes, terminal alkynes. Okay. Now it is easy to understand for you. Now see, if a compound is given like this, if a compound is given like this, I am giving you, that is RC triple bond C R dash. Now there is no acidic hydrogen because on carbon it is also R group and this is also R group. So no hydrogen. So we will say this is non-terminal alkyne. This is non-terminal alkyne. And when we add tolerance reagent to this, so we will say this will give negative test. This will give negative test because it is non-terminal alkyne. So basically tolerance test can be used. So we can say, please note this point. We can say tolerance tests. We can say tolerance tests can be used. Tolerance tests can be used to distinguish. Tolerance tests can be used to distinguish between terminal and non-terminal alkyne. Distinguish terminal. Tolerance tests can be used to distinguish terminal and non-terminal alkynes. Terminal and non-terminal alkynes. See. So this is basically the question can be asked. If a question is given like this, the question is HC triple bond CH and it is given with Ag2O. You people know what is Ag2O? Ag2O is tolerance reagent and this is acidic hydrogen on sp carbon. So this is basically terminal alkyne. This is basically the terminal alkyne. We know terminal alkynes gives positive tolerance test, So what will be the product obtained? C negative, this Ag plus will at this position, this Ag plus at this position. So which color PPT is obtained? We will say white PPT is obtained. It means this is positive tolerance test. This gives positive tolerance test. This gives positive tolerance test. Now see the next question. The next question is, I want to give you which of the following not distinguish 1 butene and 2 butene. See, so the question is Which of the following not distinguish? My question is, which of the following, which of the following not distinguish, which of the following not distinguish, which of the following not distinguish 1-butene, which of the following not distinguish 1-butene and 2-butene, which of the following not distinguish 1-butene and 2-butene. C. Which of the following not distinguish 1-butene and 2-butene. How we can do this? So this is also again very easy, as you people know. So this is also a very easy, as you know people. So the first option is option number A, that is Tollens reagent, that is Tollens reagent. And the second option is given in the form of Bayer's reagent. The second reagent is Bayer's reagent. And the next option given is Br2 in presence of CCl4. It means bromine in presence of CCl4. So the next option is bromine in presence of CCl4. So write this also, option number C, that is Br2 in presence of CCl4. And option D given both 2 and 3. Option D given both option B and option C. Both option B and C. As we know, 1-butene is terminal alkyne. So tolerance tests give positive. So tolerance test can be used to distinguish between 1-butene and 2-butene because this is terminal alkyne. But Bayer's reagent and bromine CCl4 is not used to distinguish 1-butene and 2-butene. So option D is correct. Both B and C. Both B and C. Now see the next question. The next question is, we have to discuss about the ammonium cuprous chloride. So next we are going to ammonium cuprous chloride.